In the great tradition of British romantic comedy, there are floppy-haired heroes, romantic encounters in picturesque settings, and young men looking for love.
This is Poppy in.
She's at work.
Can you give her a message?
What?
Just say, with respect to the threesome, it's a thumbs up. Just split up with my wife. So, the threesome with your sister would be superb right now.
Sex Lives of the Potato Men has largely been forgotten now, but at the time of its release it caused something of an uproar.
Sex Lives of the Potato Men is about ordinary, rubbish sex.
It's about a couple of potato delivery men and the things they get up to.
Potato Man is a kind of oversexed but underachieving. He's kind of a living embodiment of every kind of pub bullshit conversation that you've ever heard.
It's important to take all art, but especially movies, in the context of which they are made. This came out in 2004 when offensive comedy was all the rage. Comedians like Frankie Boyle and Jimmy Carr were at their most outrageous, and shows like Little Britain were the biggest things on TV. And it's into this world that this movie was born.
Have you heard this fucking sandwich he's got? Tell it.
Well, Linda used to put strawberry jam on a twat, so I'd lick her out. Blimey.
Listen to this, fellas.
Now I'm just addicted to the taste. Fanny juice and strawberries.
That's not a line you hear in many films, and here we're treated to it more than once.
It's hard to keep the romance in a relationship. Men like you and me, Tolly, we're a dying breed.
I used to put strawberry jam on a twat.
Yeah, dying breed, Tolly.
And we are later treated to this sight.
Wow. What else you wearing? Oh, God, really?
Yeah, not a vision I need to see twice.
I recognised the shallowness of myself, so I just wanted to have characters that completely explored the depths of shallowness.
I read the script and it was, it was laugh out loud funny.
I just thought it was hysterical. I loved it.
I wanted 4 characters who are all very shallow. They're all shallow in different ways, but they're all as shallow as you can get.
The script did the rounds before it was made and was actually held in high regard.
It was a strange experience. It was a script that was like fought over. I met so many people who desperately wanted to be in it, and honestly, when we all read it, it was meant to be a sort of kind of sort of dirty Ken Loach film. Yeah, sort of Carry On Ken Loach, Carry On Kez, and no. It's a good idea. And it just didn't work out that way. But the weird thing is, at least 3 or 4 times a year, someone, usually quite scary looking, approaches me and tells me, on a windswept beach in Northumberland usually, they say, "Oh, that's the bloody potato man, fucking best thing I've ever seen, man."
The finished film is quite far apart from a Ken Loach film. Visually, there is nothing cinematic about it whatsoever. It's shot with all the style of a studio sitcom.
Still scared of wasps? He's frightened to death of wasps.
I'm not scared of them. If they fucking sting you, you know about it.
I bought this candy floss once, right? About 10 fucking wasps all attacked it. I'm like, fuck off out of it. Just got all tangled up in it. Couldn't eat it. Fucking wasps. Cunts.
The story follows 4 men who work at a potato distribution plant and their surprisingly fruitful attempts to get laid.
My mother-in-law gave me a blowjob last night.
And gave me a fishing rod once.
Mackenzie Crook is Ferris, who has recently separated from his wife and is using his new freedom to sow his wild oats with anyone he can, including his former mother-in-law.
Jones says you've got a big cock.
Johnny Vegas is Dave, a slob whose love life has been dwindling for years before completely disappearing. He is now pursuing an old flame who once offered him a threesome.
Are you two gonna shut up or what?
Sorry, love.
Mark Gatiss is Jeremy, the manager of the potato firm and obsessed with his ex. He kidnaps her dog in hope that it will win her back.
You scared? You fucking scared? Are you?
And lastly, there is Dominic Coleman as Tolly, whose entire storyline is the quest to satisfy his aforementioned fetish.
How much are your plastic twats?
50 quid.
Right. What do you use to, what do you put inside it?
Your cock.
The cast is made up of familiar faces from British television, but no one to really set this production aside from your average TV show.
It's good laugh working with Johnny. He's a funny man.
We're kind of bonded because he gets all his words right and I don't. And so there's a real yin yang thing going on there.
It's good fun. It's good fun working with him. I think it was always inevitable that we were going to be paired up at some point.
It was directed by Andy Humphries, who, according to IMDb, had no credits of any kind before helming this movie.
I didn't want to make a romantic comedy. I didn't want to make a comedy drama. I wanted to make a comedy.
I honestly, after that, believe this should be one of the best British comedies in years. You know, this should be one of those that puts us right back up there.
The film was universally panned, and now often makes those lists of the worst movies ever made. It's hard to know where to start when it comes to the movie's flaws. Empire magazine said it was aiming for gross-out comedy and ended up just being gross. For me, the biggest issue was not the grossness of the characters, but the fact that they had no counterpoint. If we compared this to the sitcom Men Behaving Badly, you can see some similarly ill-behaved antics in the characters of Gary and Tony, but they are contrasted against the women in the show, Dorothy and Deborah.
Women don't understand that when we do something, we like to do it properly.
Yeah. I mean, why don't we just clean one room a year, but do it really well?
But in re-watching Sex Lives of the Potato Men for this video, I found that I'd remembered it worse than it was. I mean, it's crass as all hell, it is visually uninteresting, the plot is paper thin, and I kinda felt dirty for having watched it, but I did laugh a couple of times too. Mainly at the Mark Gatiss storyline.
I love you, Bobby. You're just such a smashing little dog. I'm sorry I'm trying to kill you. I wouldn't do it now. I just really want to, go to the park with you and spend all my time with you. I love you, Bobby. You're just fantastic little dog, aren't you? Bobby. Bobby!
And while that is probably not enough to recommend the film, it is a merit that the reviewers of the time couldn't find.
Why do we find sex so funny? The British, I suppose, do.
Well, with other people, mainly it's me.
Having sex and pursuing sex is a great arena for comedy.
In this article from the Guardian newspaper, it says the UK Film Council decided to fund just over £1 million of this movie's £3 million budget because they wanted to get away from the image of only funding worthy films, like Touching the Void or Bloody Sunday. And it was because of this financial investment and the film's failure that Julie Kirkbride, speaking on culture for the Conservative Party, took up the film as a cause. You can produce any old rubbish with your own money, she said, but the public don't want to feel like their money's being wasted.
I stayed up all night at the weekend, drank 6 pints of lager, half a bottle of gin, half a bottle of whiskey, then drove 400 miles off my face from London to Avebury and Wiltshire and back. Then I had to check myself into the casualty department of a Tooting St George's Hospital with a suspected heart attack. Now, you might call that a stupid and irresponsible way to behave, but I call it a fantastic Friday night out.
In the same article, the comedian and opera director Stuart Lee assumes that the film's failure is due more to the middle class's disdain for the working class, and their disbelief that people such as the ones that feature in this film exist.
One of them golden showers, I want you to piss on me, then I want to do a 69, but then before that I want to put some of this strawberry jam on your twat so I can lick it off. Then I want another girl with a strap-on dildo shagging me up the arse while you're doing yourself with a vibrator, and then you both toss me off. How much will that be?
As for the debate over what the UK Film Council should and shouldn't have funded, I firmly believe that they shouldn't have just made films which grasped for the awards. They should have made entertainment and given working class directors their first break. That does mean that they're going to make a few duds, but honestly they've ploughed money into hundreds of movies the average viewer will never see. This one just made headlines because of the subject matter, and I believe its large and public failure was a big contributing factor to the UK Film Council being dissolved in 2011.
To a lot of people, the arts seem like a very small thing, but it's like part of the real culture of this country, and the Film Council in the short time they've been around, because it hasn't been a long time, it's 10 years, right? In the short time they've been around, have done so much for so many people. I mean, what is it, like 700 films that they've that they've invested in and helped, and how many of those films actually would not have got made if they weren't involved? A vast majority of them.
Andy Humphries, the director of Sex Lives of the Potato Men, has not made another feature film. He has instead focused his career on making television documentaries about deceased comedians. And the ones of these I've seen are actually really good.
Potato Man is not afraid, in this age of sexual equality, not afraid to drag things back to the dark ages and the fun elements when women were there just to be used like dirty tea towels.
Being in this movie didn't affect the careers of the cast, and all have gone on to do better things. And most of them take every opportunity to joke about their involvement.
Yeah, and it's also the thing I'm proud of is that in the Daily Mail headline that followed his disastrous reception, it actually used the words filth and fury. Fury at filth, the lottery film or something like that. So it's nearly a sort of demi-pistols headline, you know. You can be proud of that. I went into hiding for 2 days.
In doing research for this film, I've had to purchase not one, but 2 copies of this stupid film, because despite there being no indication on the box, one comes with special features and the other one does not. If you'd like to support this channel, then you can send me the price of a cup of coffee via this website. There's a link in the description if you'd like it. My name's Scott Kingsnorth, and I'm making a movie.